Kamopasrishtaha. Word meaning or synonyms. Sadasyaha. The members of the assembly. Uchuhu said. Utpatti. Repeated birth and death. Advani. On the path of. Asharane. Not having a place to take shelter. Uru. Great. Klesha, troublesome, Durge, in the formidable fort, Antaka, termination, Ugra, ferocious, Vyala, snakes, Anvishte, being infested with, Vishaya, material happiness, Mrigatrishi, mirage, Atma, body, Geha, home, Uru, heavy, Baraha, burden, Dvandva, dual, Swabre, holes, ditches of so-called happiness and distress, Khala, ferocious, Mrigha, animals, Bhaye, being afraid of, Shokadhave, the forest fire of lamentation, Agnasa Arthaha, for the interest of the rascals, Pada Okaha, shelter of the lotus feet, Te, unto you, Sharanadha, giving shelter, Kadha, when, Yati, went, Kama Upasrishtaha, being afflicted by all sorts of desires. Translation on purport by Christopher Shil Prabhupada. Shil Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The members of the assembly addressed the Lord, O exclusive shelter for all who are situated in troubled life. In this formidable fort of conditional existence, the time element, like a snake, is always looking for an opportunity to strike. This world is full of ditches of so-called distress and happiness, and there are many ferocious animals always ready to attack. The fire of lamentation is always blazing, and the mirage of the false happiness is always alluring, but no one has no shelter from them. Thus, foolish persons live in the cycle of birth and death, always overburdened in discharging their so-called duties, and we do not know when they will accept the shelter of your lotus feet. Purport. Persons who are not in Krishna consciousness are living a very precarious life, as described in this verse. But all these circumstantial conditions are due to forgetfulness of Krishna. The Krishna consciousness movement is meant to give relief to all these bewildered and distressed persons. Therefore, it is the greatest relief work for all human society, and the workers thereof are the greatest well-wishers, for they follow in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya, who is the greatest friend to all living entities. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayambhurupa Kadamiyam Dadata Swapadanti Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakamlam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padhan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishapanvitamscha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So Sadasya Uchuhu, Lord Vishnu appeared in the sacrificial arena. All the demigods were glorifying Lord Shiva, and they pacified Lord Shiva in the previous chapter, and now they're glorifying because he has restored most of the uh, damage he has made in the Daksha sacrifice. The more damage came in the form of Veerabhadra plucking out the eyes and breaking the teeth of Pusha and other demigods. So some demigods are missing their limbs, some demigods are having, basically they got hurt in multiple ways because of Veerabhadra's ferocity. Um, so Veerabhadra was created by Shiva, and Lord Shiva took the responsibility of uh, restoring all these organs and parts, and he gave multiple solutions to the problems which were caused by Virabhadra. So eventually, he restored the head. The Daksha Prajapati's head was beheaded by Virabhadra. So he restored that head with a sacrificial goat which was there, and Daksha Prajapati could also now got his life back right after the restoration. Um, at that point of time, Lord Vishnu appeared in that sacrificial arena, and every one of the devotees basically they started uh, glorifying Lord when he appeared. So Lord is the supreme personality of Godhead. Everyone knows that. So when Vishnu, Krishna appears, everyone um, uh, glorify him. So the only qualification a living entity or an entity in this material world uh, have towards Krishna or towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead is only one thing they can do is glorification. Everything else is given by Krishna, right? Everything else, including let's say we're offering flowers, we're offering um, fruits, we're offering anything else. That offering is already being provided by Krishna. But one thing he doesn't control is our mind. So when we see the Lord, when the purest form which we can give to the Lord is um, our prayers, our glorification to the Lord. And that's what everyone does. Any devotee, when they see the Lord, what they do, they glorify the Lord. The glorification, and Lord is happy with that. We don't need to invest in any way or anything. We just have to offer our prayers, offer the glories of the Lord, and that's what we can do. And this is not there is a difference between glorifying and a boasting. Boasting is for something which a person doesn't possess, right? If a person doesn't possess and we try to boast or we try to talk about that, unnecessarily increasing the intensity of what he has done is called as boasting. Because in reality, if he might have done it, but in reality it's not his possession. He haven't done it by all by his own. So but that is not same with Krishna. Krishna has given everything. He's the owner of everything, everyone, um, everything. Basically he's the owner. So when he's the owner, glorifying doesn't is not a boasting at any point of time. So that's what we do, that's what the devotees do when they see the Lord, and that's what everyone is doing in this context where we are at this point of time. So we have seen Daksha Prajapati addressing the Lord, and we see the priests address the Lord. And then now in this 20th verse, um, the assembly members, the members in that assembled members, Sadasya means the assembled members, Ujuhu, they started speaking. So what are they saying? They're saying, Utpatti Advani Asharana Uruklesha Durkenta Kogra. So Utpatti Advani Asharana Uruklesha Kogra means the soul from the moment of birth, or the soul because of the repeated birth and death. Srila Prabhupada translates as repeated birth and death of a soul, right? Uh, is in the trouble. Uru Klesha Durga. Uru means heavy, high. Uru Klesha Durga. This Durga means it's a unsurmountable mountain. Durga is like is a blockage. It's basically it's blocking these living entities, right? Asharana, they don't have any hope. They don't have any help. They don't have any residence. Asharana. There is no home for them, right? Who are they? They are the souls, right? And what are they doing? Antaka Ugra Vyala Anvishte. Vyala Antaka Ugra Vyala Anvishte. Attacked by the fierce serpents of death. Vyala is fierce serpents. They are being attacked So first of all, they don't have any exit. They have a big, unsurmountable blockage in front of them. And again, what's happening? The snakes are trying to strike them. What are the snakes? The snakes are in the form of death. Russia. So this Antaka means the death. Death in the form of snakes are striking them. They don't have blockage. They have a blockage. They don't have a way to get out of it. But at the same time, they have this death coming up very fast, without mercy, without leaving it. Death never leaves anyone, right? There is no exception for any living being. Is there any exception? Do we see any exception of a person being living for like millions and millions of years? No. There is no exception except for Krishna's, right? Every living entity in this material world has to go back. The death is imminent. There was one of these personalities was saying, when the birth happens, the next imminent thing is death. The death will come up anytime. There is no doubt that that will not come, right? If there is a birth, one certain thing that will happen right away is that death. The next moment we know that the death can come at any point of time. So his point was like, then why should we really fear for death? It is certain. It is, we know that the death will happen, that death will come, right? So I'm just adding that part. But if we go back to this verse, Vyala is serpents. They are striking. They're ready to strike us. We don't have an escape, and there is a blockage. We cannot escape. But at the back and behind, we have snakes ready to strike. And when this is all going, we have Vishaya Mriga Trisha. So this Mriga is a deer, or yeah, basically it's a deer. When the deer hears this, a deer is very much fond of music, right? So this deer gets attracted to the music. It doesn't see who's there, where's my, right, my like the enemy, the tigers or other animals. When the deer listens to the music, it just gets attracted and gets into the mellow of the music, and it forgets the pertaining danger that deer is in. Similarly, the life of a human being or a living entity is being compared to mriga. So in here, mriga means a deer, because we are in the Vishaya, material desires, with this mellow of the material material things which we want to earn, the material things which we can acquire. So in earning and acquiring these material things, we forgot the imminent danger, the danger we are in, right? And Trisha means this desires, what are they? The material acquirements or the acquisitions what we get from the material world, these are Trisha. Trisha means mirage. We see that there is some water, but there is no water. It looks like water. We can see a clear picture of water on a sunny day if we keep driving on roads, or if we go, especially in the deserts, we see that uh, in the distance we can see that Trisha, a mirage of water there, but it's a mirage. It's not true. There is no water. How much ever you go closer, the mirage will keep going forward. So it's attempting us. It's trying to show that there is water, but it's not a water. So that is this deer-like mentality where we are attracted to the Vishaya, which is not true. It's a mirage, right? Atma Gehuru Baraha. So the heavy burden of false ego and family attachment. So yeah, so Atma and bodies. So Atma and bodies attachments, and that will also be there with these problems already what we have. And Dvandva Shabre Kalamriga Bhaye. So Dvandva Shabre, a pit of dualities. Dvandva Shabre is pit of dualities. What are those dualities? Sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are distressed. When we are happy, we want more happiness. When we have distress, we cry for getting out of it. So this is common for everyone. It's not for one person, it's not for two people. It's for everyone, all the living entities. All the living entities are going through these pains of duality, right? Khalam Riga Bhaye. fear of envious people. We are always under threat of others, right? Kalam mriga baye. Kalam mriga means another. Here we talked about snakes, but here we are talking about other ferocious animals, like ferocious animals meaning like ferocious other living entities, bhaya from the fear from the other living entities. Okay, shoka dhave igna sartaha. So shoka forest fire of lamentation. So dhave sarta. So this is forest fire of lamentation, unexpected miseries. So that's shoka dhave igna sartaha. Now we are on all this. So what are the Sadasyas saying? The assembled members saying? They're saying that a living entity is going through this situation, the situation of birth and death, in which the death is imminent. There is no doubt that is certain. There is no doubt there is no death, and they don't have a hope. They don't have a shelter to get under. And Uruklesha Durga. So and they have a blockage. They cannot escape from it, right? And at the same time, when they cannot escape, there is this death. The snakes are trying to death in the form of snakes is trying to strike that person or that living entity, right? At the same time, we have a Mrigatrisha. We are following the Vishayas or the material. We're trying to fulfill the material desire, which will never finish or which will never be satisfied, and Atma Gehoru Baraha. So these situations are all there, right? There are no. This is a situation of every living entity. Now, the last line explains the solution for it. What is the solution they're saying? Padokaste Sharanada Kadha Yati Kamopa Srishtaha. So they're asking the Lord, you are here. When will this living entity, Kada means when, okay? Uh, yeah, Kada means when. So when will these living entities take to the shelter, take to your shelter? Padokaste, when will they come to your shelter? Okay. So that is the verse. Sometime back, I remember Madhupati Prabhu shared, few years back, he shared this picture, and also he shared like sometime last year. So I thought this picture is very um, suitable for the situation, right? This picture has been mentioned in Mahabharata. This is a depiction of the depiction of a story in Mahabharata. So a living entity, right? This is a living entity in the human form, let's say. So this living entity is running from the elephant. Okay, so this elephant is a mad elephant. This elephant can strike. It's waiting to strike. It's waiting to take this living entity and uh, wants to tumble him down and trample him with his feet. Right? This is elephant. That elephant is death. Okay, and we have the snakes. The snakes are the big problems in this life, like disease, uh, caste, and the life, and the money, and all the big problems. How much opulent you are, all these things are the snakes. The snakes are still waiting. They're also giving problem. The moment he falls down, the snakes will strike him. And we have two rats, one white rat and the one black rat. These rats or mouse, whatever you say. So these rats are cutting out the branch he's hanging upon. Can you see that? They're cutting. So meaning they represent the day and night. Meaning every moment passes, we are losing the time, right? So they're cutting or they're chewing off this branch shows that the time is passing. There is not much time. This branch will break at any point of time. The moment the branch breaks, the snakes strike, or maybe the elephants can tumble him. So this is what is the situation. And there is another problem. These bees, right? There's a honey bee. This thing here. The bees are the day-to-day issues. Like you go to they can bite. They're biting. Also, see you see that they're biting him. So these B's are like day-to-day issues, like sometimes you go stuck in the traffic. It's a pain in the hot sunny day. You are stranded in the traffic in GSP, and you hate that day, right? So those are the problems. You were supposed to go to a meeting, or you're supposed to go to meet an important person, but you're stuck there. You're stuck um, with these problems, with this beast. So like that, like every day-to-day problems, like you're supposed to go somewhere, your car broke, you're supposed to do something, but something else came up, right? So these are the day-to-day issues. Then why this person, this living entity is hanging there? If there are so many problems, why is he hanging there? He's hanging there for a drip of honey. One drop of honey is waiting. Here, let me shake a little bit. The drop will come. Look at his tongue. He fetched his tongue out to catch that drop of honey. So, what is the drop of sweet honey? Is the pleasures. Just for the pleasure. Just, I'm making $50,000. Let's make another $10,000, another $100,000. Like, no, the desire is not going. That sweetness that we experience with this um, um, material elements, we want that, and we want, let's be attractive. Like we do a lot of things, right? We do so many things. Let's in the form of many things, like no, my son, my children, my job, my position is very hard to get out. So my position, so that um, the desires, that aspirations of a living entity, just that honey drop. Do you see, just one drop? It's very hard to get a honey out of a honeycomb, right? But we still try to shake and do many other things to get that one drop of honey. We are always we are circled with so much of trouble, right? So that verse says that if we take the hand of in this situation, Krishna provides his hand. He stretches his hand for help, right? So if you see, Krishna is giving a hand to this living entity to take that hand up and go back, right? So this living entity, it's up to the living entity. Krishna is not going to, like you can take the horse to the water, but the water has to be drunk by the horse itself. Krishna is not going to make you drink the water. He just fetches his hand, stretches his hand, gives all the possibilities, opportunities, scriptures, his devotees, his disciples, everyone, so that we can get attracted, we can get some kind of, we can get attracted to him and go back to him. So he makes us realize these problems. There are so many problems, right? This is a very good depiction of the problems of a living entity, and what is he getting out of all this? Just one drop of that honey, just one drop of honey, and we're stretching those tongues out to uh, grasp that honey. So that is the situation, right? And the last line says about um, the last line says about the padaukas. So when we hold the lotus feet of the Lord, padaukaste sharanada kada yati kamo prakrishta. So when will this living entity, they're going through so much of pain. When will this living entity get an opportunity to surrender to to your lotus feet? Sharanada. Sharanada means the one who protects his surrenderates. Like Krishna is called a Sharanada, means the one, whoever surrenders to him, Krishna will protect him, no doubt. That is Sharanada. Same thing with Ramchandra, right? Um, Vibhishana tells Ravana that you have stolen the wife of Ramachandra, Sita Devi, Mother Sita Devi, and you have done everything, you have tortured her, right? You have done everything possible, which no one can excuse. But still, you have a time. Go back to Rama and surrender to him. If you surrender to him at this point also, at this time also, Ramachandra will forgive you. That's what. he said, but still Ravana didn't listen. But yeah, that's the greatness of Lord. Lord's greatness is that He will forgive you no matter what. So this is the next slide. We can see what is the lotus feet of the Lord? Why is it dear to the Lord? Right? And we see this verse in Canto 3, chapter 28, text 21. Sanchintayed Bhagavatas Charanaravindham Vrajankusha Dvaja Sharoruha Lanchanadhim Uttunga Rattavilasam Nakachakravala Josna Virahatam Hadgrihadande. So this beautiful depiction of the Lord's lotus feet with so many auspicious symbols, right? So jaw is barley. We have Urtvareka, a lion, and his lotus feet. And actually, if you go to this verse, it says that Vajra. Vajra is this one. Vajra is a thunderbolt, and Dvaja is a flag, and Saroruha means is lotus flower. Ambujam, Saroruha Ambujam, and Ankusha is the gold. You control the elephants with this gold. So these lotus feet of the Lord or very auspicious, a devotee will just focus on this lotus feet and get delivered. So it gives pleasure when a devotee, when a living entity is going through so much of pain of these material miseries, then the only hope that living entity has is surrendering to the lotus feet of the Lord. So what is surrendering to the lotus feet of the Lord? Uh, it gives pleasure. It gives pleasure from the miseries. Why we have to surrender is because it gives pleasure. So this verse also explains beautifully with Tunga Rakta Vilasam Nakachakravala. So this semicircle form of the toes of the Lord. It's explaining, and it's very brilliant. It's brilliant means it shines, right? That Nakachakravala, that red toes of the Lord, they shine and they attract the hearts of these devotees. So we are as devotees of the Lord, we are attracted to the lotus feet. And the question, the point, what these devotees are mentioning on the last verse is, when will they get an opportunity to um, accept the shelter of your lotus feet? When will they get that opportunity? So now the question comes in, why they're asking about the opportunity? They're supposed to glorify the Lord, but when a Vaishnava glorifies, he glorifies for everyone. He's concerned about the every living entity. He's not concerned about himself. So that is one thing we have to observe here. Okay. So with that, I want to stop this class and Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Harikisha Prabhu. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. And we'd like to offer our praise to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Nrsingo Jai Nrsingo Praladesha Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringa Mungla Veera
Graviram Mahavishnu Jalantam Saratomukham
Nrsingham Vishnu Bhadra Mitra
Mrityu Namamiyam.
Nrsinga Bhagwan ki Jai Maharaj ki
Jai.
Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the Samar Vaishnavas,
Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kupar
Sindhu Vacha Patitam
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Vaishnavinda ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srila ki Jai, Gaur Premanande.
Hari Bo.
Thank you, Hari Krishna Prabhuji. Thank
you, everybody. Hari Bo.
Thank you, everyone.
Krishna.